Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and your support and comment and feedback. Keep them coming. And also a big thank you to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for all the busyness with the personal readings. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can get more information on my contact details by clicking on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, or clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post. You can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, including channeled messages, 6 and 12-month overviews, and gift readings as well. Love and romance and career, work, and finance, of course. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. I can usually get back to you within the first 24 hours of your initial contact. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time is usually pretty fast, anywhere from a few days upwards of a couple of weeks. But almost always we can set up a reading for you live or recorded within a 2-week period of time. So if you're interested, reach out, and I'd be happy to set something up for you. Those of you who like to utilize the smartphone app Instantgo, you can also find me there under my profile name, Irish Gypsy. That link is also included. All right, let's get right into this. This reading is for the air sign of Gemini, the twins, for July 2018. Remember, these are general readings. They're going to resonate a little differently for everybody in terms of details and specifics, although the energy and advice always remains the same. So if you know your rising and your moon sign, watch those as well. They can provide additional clarification. Okay, our twins, Gemini, let's see what's in store for you for July. We begin with the 7 of Wands, followed by death, transformation, as I like to call it. We have the 7 of Pentacles, followed by the Chariot, the Sun, followed by the 6 of Wands, vacation I'm getting for a lot of you, and at or towards the end of the month, 4 of Swords with the Hanging Man. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance for the month of July 2018 is the World. Wow, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards. Out of 9 cards, 6 of them are major arcana cards. 2/3 of your cards are major arcana, Gemini. So it looks like a very significant month for Geminis in a really good way too, I think. Looks like some of you are letting go of something or re-examining a set of beliefs. It looks like, so we begin with the 7 of Wands and death. The 7 of Wands is primarily a defensive card. It can represent something that you're holding on to, defending something that you're holding on to because you may feel threatened or challenged, standing up for yourself, somebody else, a way of life, a belief system, or something that you've invested a lot into because you feel you might be threatened or challenged. The card always, the accompanying advice to this card is don't be afraid to have your beliefs or your ideas challenged, because in defending those beliefs and ideals is one of the ways that we come to a deeper understanding of what those beliefs are. Even if we don't understand them completely, our conviction kind of carries us through. But this can be defensive in a negative way as well. The 7 of Wands can sometimes ask us to re-examine a set of beliefs or way of thinking which may be being challenged, and not to hold on to them out of being childishly obstinate about holding on to them. If a way of thinking or belief system is proving to not work for us anymore, it's time to admit defeat on that and learn and adjust so that we can move on. So, which I feel like it is for a lot of you, because the 7 of Wands is accompanied by death, which represents an ending of something so that transformation can begin. Death usually represents a pretty large major ending, and when death comes up, it usually represents that the ending or the closing out of something has been there for quite some time. And clarified with the 7 of Wands, again, I'm getting for a lot of you, this is a way of looking at something, a way of thinking, a belief system. Maybe that's related to something that a way you've been looking at something for a long time, a belief system you've been living on for a long time, something you've been investing in for a long time. It could be, I mean, it's a general reading and you have so many major arcana cards. What's left is 1 sword, 1 pentacles, and 1 wand. 2 wands, actually. We have 5 major arcana cards, not 6. So this could be a project or career path or something you've been building. It could be just a way of looking at what you've been, how hard you've been working at something, what you've been investing in. Because the 7 of Wands is right next to the 7 of Pentacles, which is a card of reflection and assessment on what the efforts you've put into something has gained you, you know, kind of assessing where you're at. So it looks like there's a major ending of that so that transformation can occur, because death needs to happen so that something can be reborn and transformed. Your overall energy is the World, which represents a significant ending. It's a card of completion, major completion. This is your overall energy for the month of July 2018, Gemini. The World is the last major arcana card in the tarot. We start at the Fool, who has the 0 at the top of his card, and everything in between is about our journey through life and how we learn and grow and evolve and mature till we get to the end, the World. So definitely some major completion here, and I feel like a lot of you, it's a way of life, a way that you've had of looking at something that you've been putting a lot of yourself into for quite some time. Next we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Chariot. So there's this sense of assessment. The 7s are numbers of assessment, motivations, reflection, taking a look at the efforts you've put into whatever harvest it is you have in your life, taking stock of your life right now. Okay, where am I at? Looking at what efforts you've put into it. What should I do? How do I move forward in a successful way from here? Because the 7 of Pentacles is clarified and accompanied by the Chariot, which is one of, if not the most powerful success card in the tarot. It speaks of success that comes from being very goal-focused, driven, ambitious, staying focused on your goals, and pulling together everything that you need to make something move forward powerfully and successfully in harmony and unison. A very powerful success card. It's also a card that can ask you to maybe examine whether you're being too ambitious and driven in some ways. So you're taking stock of something in your life that you've been putting a lot into. Could be career, work projects, could be a relationship for some of you, a spiritual or religious path for some of you. You may be asked, you may be looking at your own motives. Why am I doing this? What have I been working for? Why have I been working for this? How do I move ahead in a more successful way? You may need to adjust your way of looking at something. Maybe it's time for you to slow down a bit. Maybe it's time for you to speed up a bit, but there's definitely a sense of something coming to a completion point, and you're looking at what you have and what you've invested in. How do I move forward successfully from here on out? Major, major completion energy here. Next we have the Sun and the 6 of Wands. So it looks like at around the middle of the month or so, I feel like the Sun is the most powerfully influential, positive major arcana card in the deck. When the Sun comes out, the Sun shines over everything. There's always an uplifting of energy here. It has the ability to, well, with the World here too, so it has the ability to increase all the positive energy in the cards and in the surrounding cards in your spread, and when it comes out it can also lessen and sometimes even negate any challenging energy that's showing up in the spread as well. So it's a beautiful card. It shines over everything, and there's this uplifting sense with it. Light, love, warmth, laughter, maybe finances. If finances have been tight, maybe things getting a little looser and less restrictive. You know, there's like always a big sigh of relief when the Sun comes out, and there's a strong sense of social energy, fun, getting away. It can represent vacation, getting away, just having fun. And it could be, you know, getting away to a place in the sun. I mean, we are in summertime, and this is a time where a lot of people take vacations as well. I definitely feel like some of you are getting away to just really enjoy yourself. And it's accompanied by the 6 of Wands, which is a card of, it's a card of victory and triumph, significant victory and triumph after a challenge or after a struggle. This man went off to do something, complete something, accomplish something, you know, slay a dragon, rescue a princess, retire, move forward in some way because you're taking stock, remember. Maybe you're letting go of you're taking a look at what you've been investing in, why you've been investing in it, what you've been putting into something that you... I really get this sense that some of you are... And this could be work in a work career or a project of some kind. But again, for some of you, it could be relationship. I feel like something is coming to an end and you're taking stock of everything that, I mean, it could be retirement too, or moving in a different direction career-wise. You're taking stock of what you have. It feels like you've successfully completed this phase, whatever it is, this major phase. You've completed it successfully, because the Six of Wands is victory, triumph, success. It's like the middle of the month, the third week of the month. There's this sense of, it's like the sun has come out, you've won, you've come ahead. There might be public recognition coming along with this as well. It's a major, major victory and a win. And paired with the sun, there's this release of energy, this release of stress, release of tension too. Some of you may have been just very ambitious or driven in something. I'm getting a job, a project, your career path, and it's come to an end, whether voluntary or involuntary, and all of a sudden there's a shift that happens around the middle of the month or the third week of the month, and you just feel free as a bird. I feel like a lot of you are taking off and going somewhere, or just enjoying this place where you're at, where you're not, feeling so driven and so ambitious. You're being able to take a step back and relax, which is how we end the month with the Four of Swords and the Hanging Man. The Four of Swords is a card of withdrawing, rest, respite, restoration. It's a card that sometimes shows up when you're maybe feeling tired, worn out, exhausted from something. And the implication is that it's a temporary withdrawal, because he's still wearing his armor. He's just not currently engaged. So you may be taking a vacation, taking a break. Maybe you've gotten to a point in your career or in something you've been working a lot in, and you're like, I need to take a step back and ask myself why I'm doing this, what I'm doing, even though there's been the successful completion energy, or you're thinking, something is coming to an end. And at or towards the end of this month, you're really, really enjoying it, whether it's in your normal home, familiar environment, or you're taking off for parts unknown to get away, take some time off because you're feeling tired, you need to rest and recuperate. The Hanging Man represents that as well. It can represent sacrificing, but it represents acceptance, really, acceptance of something, even if it feels like you're in stasis and limbo. It represents acceptance of a situation and not fighting something. Things are at play. You're not trying to involve yourself, force an outcome, or anything of that sort. Because you're resting, you're recuperating from something you've been putting a lot of yourself into. It's either coming to an end, or you're taking a time out to consider it's coming to an end. I get this feeling of like ambitious energy, and then all of a sudden, what am I doing this for? I'm so driven, and so what am I doing this for? What have I been working for? I need to take some time off and take a look at this. Or something has come to an end, maybe not quite willingly or voluntarily for some of you, but it's still in the same position. Wow, all this that I've invested in, where am I at, and where do I go from here? And the last half of the month is all about enjoying yourself and taking some time off and resting and recuperating, because there's a sense of completion coming to an end. A major chapter of your life is coming to an end in that overall energy. Pretty significant, powerful month. You may be letting go of a way of life, a way of working, belief systems, or re-examining those and considering doing things in a different way. So really powerful. What I feel is kind of a learning curve kind of month for you. And it has its challenges, of course, every month does, but it feels better than June did, and definitely better than May did, Gemini. There's more of a sense of ease here, because I know a lot of the signs has been a tough couple of months. So Gemini, that pretty much wraps up your July 2018 general reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful or useful in some way as well. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal, tailored just for you one-on-one reading, you can get that information by clicking on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage or clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post. Please feel free to email me directly if you'd like at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be very happy to work with you and set up a reading live or recorded as quickly as we can for you. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link is also included. So Gemini, take care. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July 2018 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.